Hello, in this video, we're going to go over how you can create a dissolving material. So I had that cube there, and then I made a material which will make it look like it's dissolving, and then it will disappear. And a cool way to use this dissolved material, for example, is you could make it so when you kill enemies in your game, they apply the dissolve effect. So I made it so when I killed this enemy, he'll kind of dissolve and then disappear. The way this works is as a material, but I'll also show you the code so you can update this at runtime, like I showed you earlier. Hello, to get started, we just want to create a new material. So I've just created a folder called materials, and I'm just going to right click, create a material. I'm going to call this my dissolve material. We want to open this up, just select the material, go over to details and change the blend mode to be masked. Then we just want our material to have a color, so I'm just going to press 3 on my keyboard. This will allow me to create a color. I'm going to make my material green, and I'm just going to connect this into the base color. Next, we just want to press the T button on your keyboard and left click. This will allow you to get a texture sample, and we just want to go to the texture and look for any noise texture. If you don't have one, you can just find one online, or I'll provide a noise texture somewhere in the description of this video. Once you've done that, you just want to drag off here and look for add. Then just press S on your keyboard. This will allow you to create a parameter, and we just want to call this dissolve. Go over to the minimum and just make the minimum value -1 and the slider's max value to be 1. Connect this into B. We then just want to drag off here and look for saturate. Drag off here again and then look for 1- and plug this into the opacity mask. If I just click apply, then I close this. If I right click on this and I go create material instance, if I open this up, if I select this, I'll just make the dissolve -1, and then as you can see, when I increase this, the material will start to dissolve. Next, we're going to make it so when we dissolve the material, it will kind of highlight around the edges so it looks cooler. To do this, if we just go back to our dissolve material, and we just want to press M on your keyboard and add a multiply node. And then we just want to press M on your keyboard again and add another multiply node, and then just press 3 on your keyboard to add a constant node. This is going to be the color of the glowing dissolve effect, so just make this red. You can change this to any color if you want though. So I'll just right click on this and convert it to a parameter. We can call this the glowing color. And then we just want to press S on your keyboard again and just call this glow strength. I'll make the default value 100 and just connect this into here and connect this to B. Then we just want to right click and look for smooth, and we want this one smooth step under utility. Select this one and just press S again on your keyboard and create another parameter. We're going to call this dissolve edge. We want this to have a minimum value of 0 and a max value of 8. Connect this into the max. And then for the value, we're going to drag off the saturate and just look for subtract. And then we just want to press S on your keyboard again. Call this one dissolve intensity. Give this a minimum value of 0 and a max value of 1. We can then just connect this into here. I'll make the default value 0.3. And then we want to connect this into the value, and this into A here, and this into the emissive color. Now if I just go over to my dissolve material, I'll just save everything, close it, save everything, so select yes, then open this again, and just click all these things, and we should be able to control the dissolve intensity, the glow strength, so how strong our glow is, the dissolve edge, so how much of the edges it's going to affect. So with this, we've created a flexible material which we can dissolve, which has glowing edges, and if you want to change the glowing edge color, you can just change this. Let's just make it so the dissolve starts at -1. And then if you just get a cube in your level, we could easily just drag this in. And then if I open this up, I can increase the dissolve, and that will make the cube disappear. Nice. Now you may want to basically make a thing dissolve in real time in your game. Let's go over how we quickly do that. So I'm just going to right click, go to my blueprint class, select an actor. I'll just call this my dissolving cube. Let me open this up. I'm going to go over to add and add a cube. And then I'm just going to make this have my dissolve material instance. Let's go to the event graph and then we can play. I'll just make it so my cube will dissolve over 3 seconds. So the first thing you want to do is get your cube. If you're making another actor disappear, you just need to make sure that's using the dissolve material. So if it isn't, you can just drag off the end for set material. And then here in the material, you can select the dissolve material instance. That way, the actor you're trying to dissolve has the correct material. Then you just want to drag in your cube, drag off the end for get material, drag off this return value and look for create material instance. And then this one, create dynamic material instance. Connect from here to here. And then for the target, we just need to connect from the cube into here. Then we just want to right click on this and promote it to a variable. We can call this the cube material. Then we just want to drag off the element for set scalar parameter value. And then if we just open up our dissolve material instance, we're going to be playing around with the dissolve. So we just want to copy whatever you called it and make sure you paste it inside here. It needs to be spelled the same. Then I'm just going to drag off here and look for add timeline. I'm just going to connect this into play from start, and then I'm just going to open up this timeline and go to track, add a float track, and just call this the dissolve track. We can make the length of this, let's say 3 seconds. This is going to be how long it takes to dissolve my cube. Just right click, go add key to curve float at time 0. We want this to have a value of 0. Then right click again, add another key to curve float at time 3. We want this to have a value of 1. We can then just go over to our event graph, and we just want to right click and call the lerp node, connect from the return value into here, and from the dissolve track into the alpha. So the way this lerp node will work is this can go from a value of 0 to 1. When this is at value 0, it'll be whatever value A is, and when this is at value B, it'll be whatever value 1 is. So the way this will work is this alpha will control whether the lerp is on value A or value B. When the alpha is at value 0, then it'll mean it's whatever value A is, and when the alpha is at value 1, it'll be whatever value B is. And we make this go from the duration of 0 to 1 over 3 seconds. So it's going to basically go from number A to number B over the duration of 3 seconds. And my A number, I want this to be -1, and my B number, I want this to be 1, because that represents how dissolved my material can be. And then when it's finished doing this timeline, I just want to drag up here and look for destroy actor to destroy this actor. I can now compile this, close this, and let me drag in a dissolved cube into my level. And now if I play my game, over the duration of 3 seconds, that cube will coolly dissolve. And that is how to set up a dissolving material inside Unreal Engine. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!